tell you guys, being on the road is a lot of fun. What's going on, guys? Today I already got the bike warmed up a little bit, but we're going to take the bike on the road for the first time with my GoPro. Here we got to take a little walk around. This is my new 2019 GSXR. Loving this bike so far. Not many miles on it, but let's go ahead and get started up. So let me just kind of prep, make sure I got everything ready. My pockets are closed. Alright, so first things first, well, if you haven't seen my other videos, go ahead and check those out. This is my first bike. I've been practicing a lot. I've been on the road once or twice, to be honest, but I didn't have my GoPro. I didn't want to be distracted doing a video on the first time on the road. But I already have the bike warmed up a little bit, got my kickstand up, pull the clutch, turn it back on. So heating the bike up a little bit, we're around like 160 degrees. I only got 73 miles on the bike. But I'm just going to go warm the bike up a little bit longer around the parking lot, just kind of slowly letting go of that clutch. Still, I'm just in first gear, obviously. But this is for new riders, anyone that wants to get a bike or just got a bike. Don't just go jump on the road, practice for a little while, get comfortable just sitting on the bike and doing little things like turns. So I've been doing this for, probably done it about 10 times, half hour to an hour each time. So just going around the parking lot, first gear, second gear, stopping, starting, stuff like that, getting my feet on the ground, feet up on the pegs, starting to add some throttle when I'm taking off, especially on the road. It can be very important to, you can't just baby it like you do in the parking lot, you got to add some throttle. But all those things are very important to practice. Do it in the parking lot. When you're on the road too, you want to practice using your back brake when you're stopping on a hill, so whenever you're working on taking off, so you're not rolling backwards, things like that, which you'll kind of learn as you go. But we're going to go on the road here in a minute. I just want to kind of talk a little bit before I get on the road. For me, I felt a lot more comfortable, and I think it's smarter. Plan your route out. I know I'm going to go across the street and through some neighborhoods and ride around there in the neighborhoods, maybe hop on the road. But just getting out of the parking lot, getting on the road, getting in neighborhoods for the first time. If you live in the neighborhood, easy, but if you got to drive somewhere to practice, you still got to be on the road for a few miles. What I did off of my first experience, where I stalled on the road making a turn because I had to come to a complete stop, let cars pass and go. I personally, at least the first time or two, I tried to make only right turns. So if that makes sense, what you're going to do is plan your route out. If you're going to make a left turn to turn onto a road, always have a plan B. The less times you're surprised on the road, the safer you'll be, the less risk will be. So it actually worked out for me. I know I'm going to go right out of here, and then I need to make a left. If there's cars coming, I can keep going up. There's a little store like a half mile down on the right where I can turn around there, take my time pulling out of the parking lot, watching cars, things like that, so I'm not rushed to make a hard left turn in front of a car or come to a complete stop on like a hillside. So plan your route out, know where you're going, kind of think these things through ahead of time so you're not as surprised, if surprised at all. Because once we're on the road, I'm not going to talk much. I don't want to be distracted. I'll definitely make some comments and I'll be talking, but I'm not going to, right now I'm thinking a lot, just talking, I'm looking down. I want to keep my head up, I want to focus on the road, and I'll kind of comment on things when I'm comfortable. But I'm still a new rider. I don't want to be out of my comfort zone more than I have to be. I just want to kind of help educate other people, give more experience from first-hand view. And that's the whole view, the whole point of this YouTube channel and these videos, at least get started, is a first-time rider starting off. Things you kind of, you don't know till you experience it, but the more you research, the more you kind of get a feel for things like that. But we're going to go on the road. I've already planned my route out. I know where I'm going to make my turns. No surprises there. So that's all important stuff. Think about your route, plan it out, take your car and drive around before you come drive your bike. See if there's any construction, anything's going on, people are moving, there's people cutting lawns, whatever it might be, people walking their dogs. Obviously that stuff can all change, but you can at least drive through 10 minutes before you take your bike out to get an idea of what's going on out there. See if there's any leaves and gravel on the road from a storm the night before, whatever it might be. But I'm going to take a couple loops here, talk a little bit less. We're going to hop on the road, and we're going to go for my first ride on the road with the GoPro. I did it twice before, just for like a half hour, and nothing crazy really happened, so you didn't miss much. and haven't gotten a lot more experience from then. But now I feel a little bit more comfortable and my GoPro's ready to go. So I want to kind of show you riding around on the bike for the first time, and different things that I experienced the first rides I'll talk about, and then also things that are just going to happen as we come. So don't want to talk too much, I don't want to be too distracted, but let's go ahead. We're going to hop on the road here. Hopefully everything records, we don't have any problems, but I'm going to shut up a little bit. We're just going to go ahead, hop on the road, get to some neighborhoods, and have a good time, guys. Ride safe. Get that turn signal going, clutch brake. Get my feet down, no cars are coming. Always forget to turn that turn signal off. Don't have any cars behind me, I'm going the speed limit. We're gonna go left here if there's no cars coming. Get my slowing down beforehand. Looks like we're clear. Don't turn too early. And these are all easy roads. This is 25 miles an hour here. Just hit a bug off the windshield. Definitely wear a helmet, guys. I got full gear on right now. Got riding pants, jacket, riding shoes, gloves, helmet, GoPro here 7, and a Panda microphone. But just riding, feeling the different speed, the wind on you. I'm still in second gear. This bike can definitely go to third or fourth and not rev it so much. Right now I don't feel like I'm really going too hard. We'll go ahead and shift to third. Shift, just let go of the throttle, pull that clutch in, kick up with your foot, let go of the clutch, reapply throttle. Pretty easy to get used to it. This is a nice neighborhood. It's a Friday at like noon, so most people are at work. I don't work till later on Fridays, so it's nice. Watch for little potholes, things like that. Keeping your head up, don't just stare at the ground. I always check my speed here and there because I have no idea how fast I'm going. I don't have a feel for that yet on a bike. But guys, it's a lot of fun, I gotta tell you. Watch, make sure there's no one coming out of the car. I readjusted my GoPro angle, so hopefully we can see the bike a little bit right now. But we're not staring at the ground. I don't want to look straight up. I'm actually make a left turn here so I can slow down, no one's behind me. Turn my head, turn my body. Easy turn. It's a little bit harder to ride when I'm talking, to be honest, so. But I'm not doing anything crazy, so I just wanted to share this experience. We're in third gear still. What's up, dude? So I know where I'm going right now. I'm not like, oh, I wonder if that's a turnaround, wonder this and that. Drive around your route first and know where you're going. Definitely very important. And just be smart. Be in the right gear. Don't rev it up. Don't try to do anything for a second real fast or loud. I have stock everything on my bike. I would like to get some sliders or a crash cage just for practicing turns and just keeping the bike protected. But yeah, I've seen some people walking their dogs. They're nice, they wave, they're actually like checking me out a little bit because I passed them like 3 times. But all stuff like that's cool. We got a car up here. I'm going to slow down way ahead of time so I don't even have to react to it. But yeah, just driving around the neighborhood, be smart, be friendly. People don't mind. But if you're going to come through and rev it up when the stop sign and stuff, people are going to think you're an idiot. But I always brake too early, so we're coming up to the stop sign. I'm still in third. Pull the clutch, second, first. Slow down, get my feet on the ground. No one's around me, so I can kind of take my time here. But we're gonna go ahead and just go straight here. Get up to second. I like to get out of first gear relatively early. In here, we're actually make a left turn, so I'm gonna practice my turn signals, even though no one's behind me. I'm going straight, brake, turn my head, lean the bike, let go of the brake, add a little bit of throttle. Little things like that, just getting comfortable at slow speeds. The roads are pretty good condition here. Turn my turn signal off. So the other day I did the pretty same thing. I came through here. There was actually a lot of people out because it was a Sunday. So up here on the right, there was a bunch of kids riding their bikes and stuff just in their driveway in like little circles up here. But when I came back later, one of the kids actually crossed the street to get a ball or something. I just came to a stop way ahead of time. I slowed down way ahead of time and I stopped before I got there. Let them cross back over the street. I put my feet down, let them go over, and that was that. But just be smart, especially in a neighborhood. It's easier because there's less traffic, slower speeds, but it's a lot harder because there's so much going on. There's trees, there's things behind the trees, there's cars pulling out, there's people kind of being careless because they're just in their yard. People are cutting mowers, coming back and forth. Kids are playing, running on the street, balls are going out. You gotta be really head up, paying attention to what's going on around you. So on the highway and stuff, I haven't done it yet. I'll do videos when I do it for the first time. I think it's actually a lot easier. I think it will be easier once you're comfortable going the speed, because there's nothing coming toward you, and most of the time you're kind of boxed in anyway, so there's less chance of deer and stuff being on the road. But right here I got a car coming in front of me. I always check my mirrors. Make sure you have your mirrors adjusted before you go on the road so you actually can see what's behind you. I still think I need to adjust them a little bit. And a question for you guys. Right now I'm coming downhill. I'm in third gear. Currently don't have any throttle. I don't know the best way to go downhill because I feel like the bike's really fighting to slow it down, which might be good. That's like you're downshifting. The bike is trying to do what it's supposed to do, but I don't know if that's bad for the bike because I will apply some brake. But also I feel like I'm going down third gear. Let me stop for a second. Stop talking fast to this guy. But what was I saying? Yeah, going in third gear downhill, or any gear, I feel like the bike's really trying to slow itself down, but I don't want to add brakes. It's already going slow enough. So do I want to be in a higher gear and use my brakes? I can even use a little bit of throttle going down. Maybe I'm just slowing down too much because I'm going downhill. I can just feel the transfer of weight that I feel like I need to slow down because it's in a car. The car's much heavier. Watch this, moon's coming out of their car right there. No one's in there. Make sure no doors are opening. But yeah, going downhill, I don't really know if I'm letting the engine do too much work, if I'm not using enough brake, if I need to just ride it out and not slow down so much to a downhill and just kind of ride normal. Don't anticipate stopping, I guess. Just questions for you guys. When you're going downhill, are you using more engine braking? Are you letting off the throttle? Things like that. Just kind of not sure if what's worse for the bike. If I'm going downhill, should I go in 5th gear and not touch the brakes at all and just let the bike kind of coast, and then I can easily slow down from there? Things I'm not sure about, but still no one behind me. This has been real easy. The first day I went out, I went onto the road and I was about to go onto another road to go to my cousin's house to show him the bike, and a car came behind me right in the we're still in this area. All I did is I turned left, I let them pass. I looped around in a no outlet, those little circle. So I just let them pass. I got back onto that neighborhood road, where it was like in between the main road and the neighborhood. But I just let them pass, and then I came back out. I was already a little stressed about going onto the main road, so I didn't want to add a car being behind me, stopping on a steep hill with a stop sign. That was the situation there. So I just let them pass. Anything out of your comfort zone, you're always allowed to stop the bike. Not just stop it, but you're always allowed to pull over. Take advantage of that. Go at your own pace. Ride your own ride. I said it's my first video, but I'm riding to ride tomorrow. Nothing today is worth it to risk something that's that's in my control. So try to stay as comfortable as possible. Relax. If you drive confidently and smart, you're a lot safer than slow, unsure, nervous, all those kind of things, which are gonna happen. But you gotta get comfortable. You gotta know what's going on. Don't be surprised. Have the plan where if a car comes behind me, this is what I'm gonna do. Or if someone's close to me, this is what I'm gonna do. Have plans. Don't have to figure it out in the moment. But that's just a little bit. Hopefully it makes sense. Some of this probably isn't. But I'm gonna turn left here. Put my clutch in, downshift to first. If there was a car behind me, I would keep my right foot up and on the brake. But there isn't, so I put both my feet down, make my turn, come up to 2nd gear, turn signals off. This is a little turnaround. Whenever I was practicing the one day, every 15 minutes I come up here, I'd work on a U-turn and I'd stop my bike. So let's do that. nice. See, at slow speed turns I'm getting better at, but they're still hard. Talking, there's no way I can do it. But things I'm doing and I'm learning that I already kind of know, but I'm just feeling and for the first time and kind of understanding. When you're turning at slow speeds on the sport bike, it's kind of hard because you don't have much turn, and it's really like tight if you do. Make sure your arms are a little bit bent. Bend your arms a little bit. Say I'm turning right, I kind of tuck my elbow in, let this arm go straight, and then I turn my head. Really have to turn your shoulders too. If you don't turn your shoulders, you don't do nothing. So arms a little bit bent. You're gonna lean the opposite direction. So I'm going left. I'm gonna lean my bike left, lean my body right. Make sure my shoulders are open. Little things like that are important. But I'm gonna get out of here because the car's coming. If you're going downhill, you don't have to do throttle, or you're for flat, you can just use the clutch. If you're going uphill, you absolutely have to use the throttle, or you'll stall the bike, or it's just a lot harder to not stall. Like right now I'm going in first gear downhill. Kind of listen to the bike a little bit. See how it's kind of like doot, 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 doot. Maybe I just need to go a little bit faster. Maybe I need a bit higher gear and use brake. I don't know those answers. That's what I'm asking. I'm assuming I need to get out of first gear, but I'm assuming when I'm doing that I need to be in like third or fourth gear and then going faster so the bike's not fighting, and then use the brakes. So I'm in third gear. Going 20 miles an hour, so on that turn I'm just kind of pushing. I'm counter steering. Anything under 20 I'm actually physically turning the bike. Watch out for dogs. Make sure they're on a leash. If not, be extra cautious. Downshifting. Here I'm going to have to use my back brake. Didn't have to use the throttle there. So that's a little bit easier. When you're going downhill and you're stopping, you usually have to use your back brake. I guess any hill, so uphill is harder than downhill. But downhill you have to use that back brake, and then just use your clutch to let go, and then you don't really have to use as much throttle. Once you get started, you can worry about that. But this loops back, so I just went through the whole neighborhood. If I go right, I go back to where I started. So no cars are coming, no one's behind me. I have my foot on the back brake. I'm letting go of the front brake. Turn signal's on. I'm going to let go of the clutch a little bit, add some back brake. Add some gas, then let go of the brake. Tap my feet a little bit there. That was a little sloppy, but second, third gear. Turn signal's off. Keep my head up, focus. Don't get too distracted talking. I'm going 34 instead of 25, so I don't want to go over 35. It's good to get a feel of that speed, the wind, and also what your bike is like at that speed. In the car I can drive and not even have to look. I kind of have a feel within 5 miles an hour of how fast I'm going. On the bike it's really hard, especially on a sport bike, because I could just get to 50 miles an hour now in 2 seconds if I wanted, which I haven't done, but I know the bike's very capable of it, and I felt the acceleration before. So there, easy turn. I don't know if it's the best way to do it, but until I'm actually have to do more and I'm in a different situation, right there I'm in third gear. I just speed up to the turn, make sure everything's good and the surface is fine. Use my turn signal, and then I just brake, lean the bike, turn. When I'm halfway through, I slowly let go of the brake till I'm straight, and then I add throttle. So I'm not doing any throttle in turns yet. I know you can and you're supposed to, but I'm just not doing anything subtle. I think if I add throttle, I'm too jerky still. I'm a lot smoother in second and third gear, but it's a little jerky, so I don't want to slid out being jerky in a turn. I'd rather just take it real slow, have speed from before, slowly slow down, kind of trail brake it, and then instead of adding throttle and letting go of the brake, I'm just letting go of the brake and letting the bike naturally kind of go back to speed, and let the gears do the work. So the clutch is not in, I'm not using any front brake once it's released. Stop sign, clutch, downshift before you come to a stop. Here I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. So I didn't have to worry about turn signal, I was going straight. And once I stopped, got my feet down, I was trying to get out from a stop sooner there. I was trying to not take my time. I was trying to just add a little throttle, very little, let go of the clutch so it grabs, and then just kind of maintain that until it keeps going. Let go of the clutch, add more throttle. Alright, I think I've talked a good bit here. I'm gonna just ride for a little bit. I need to have some fun, and I'm not gonna go fast or anything, but I need to not focus so much on driving, but I'm still gonna videotape. I'll say a couple things there. Went to first gear. Clutch out. Second, turn signal off. Let's see what this guy's doing here. Got his blinkers on, no one's behind me. Get used to turning your head, looking around stuff. Give a little nod for the workers. Squirrel. I haven't made a right back there yet. This neighborhood keeps going. Those are all no outlets. They kind of just loop around, so it doesn't connect anything, but I still could kind of practice going through there. Watching this car. Got up to third gear. I'm gonna try to go into fourth gear, because I know up here's a downhill and I want to feel what it's like in fourth gear. Little bump there. Be loose too on bumps. Be consistent, nothing fast, but loose. Let your head bob, we'll kind of relax. Hopefully we're still recording. I feel like today might be a decent video. Good kind of progression of owning the bike, but let's hope we're still recording. But this is the turn I was talking about, the downhill. So I'm in fourth gear. I don't feel as much of the clunkiness of the bike like stopping me. This is a lot smoother, so that might be the deal. And I'm going slow. I'm going 18, it's a 25, but it still turns, so I'm not trying to go fast around a blind corner. Make sure I turn my head. But I think I just answered my own question. Whenever you're going downhill, go in a higher gear and use brake if you need to, instead of letting the bike do too much and it be kind of clunky. So we're in fourth gear going 20 miles an hour, which I would have never thought of when I got this bike. I was thinking I could stay in first gear until I'm going 30, which you can, but it's not necessary. The bike's too loud, it's too twitchy on the throttle. It's just, you can get in a lot higher gear, be smoother, and just easier. It's not necessary to rev it up. Right now I'm at 3,000 RPMs, and when you're breaking the bike in, I say to stay under 5,000 or 7,000 RPMs for the first like 1,000 miles, something like that. I forget, maybe 500 miles, and then it's like it goes up in RPMs till like the next 5,000 miles or 1,000 miles, whatever it is. It's all in the manual, they told me. I'm just worried about riding safe for now, and I'm under 100 miles on my bike, so I think I have till 500 miles to do my first maintenance, because it's a brand new bike. But yeah, I haven't even filled up this thing with gas yet. They gave it to me full, they dropped it off. That'll be one of my future videos, is first time going to the gas station and filling this bad boy up. So I'm just waiting for my engine light to come on for the fuel, but I'm not even 100 miles. So I bet it's around 160, 200 miles where I have to fill up. And that's when I'll kind of naturally progress and go more to the road. Right now I think I can do it, but the journey is the fun part. I think once you're riding and you're a lot more comfortable, it almost maybe get boring, which I doubt it. I love riding and I've wanted to ride forever, so I'm just kind of telling myself that to keep the easy stuff fun. But let's just keep riding around. I know I said I was going to stop talking, but I haven't. Pull the clutch in. Keep pushing down until it stops. You know you're in first. Turn signal off. love getting good takeoffs where I'm not about to stall or install the bike. I haven't installed it for a while, knock on wood, but I love getting a good stop. If I can only have one foot down, I like that better. Just back right foot on the brake, left foot touches the ground. But if the hill's different, it's a little bit harder and it's just more to think about. But definitely been practicing that. That's like little things, like you're thinking about going faster and doing turns, so I'm thinking about getting one foot down at a stop and not being unbalanced. So practice the little things. It makes it easier, less intimidating and fun, and you'll be a better rider for it. It's a new outlet. We can maybe swing up there. I haven't been up there yet. And that's a fun thing about bikes too. You kind of get to venture out and go places you wouldn't just take your car up there. It'd be kind of stupid and just turn around. But a bike, it's fun. You're on your bike, you're doing whatever, you're practicing your slow speed U-turns, whatever you gotta do. But let's think of where else we can go. Let's do it one foot on the back. Let's get in front of these bicycles. Almost stalled. Hugging the tank with my legs a little bit here, leaning forward, trying to get a little bit of speed here, have a little fun, not too much. Some slow speed stuff. Still riding around a little bit here, guys. Really working on not looking down at it all now, and I'm really enjoying it. Just taking in all the sights, paying attention to the road, but keep your head up. Try not to look down. Even my turn signals and stuff, like I just look down now and make sure I have it on, but even just shifting and doing your turn signals, act like they're not even there, in the aspect of looking at them. Get used to, obviously you have to look occasionally when you're starting out to make sure you're actually doing them. But try to just use your turn signal to turn off. When you're in your car, you don't look. I mean, you turn it on after the turn, it clicks off for you, or you just kind of on the highway, I do a little half click, so it does like 10 blinks and then it turns off by itself. Practice that kind of stuff on the bike. Looking up, shifting your gears, pulling the clutch, pulling the brake, not looking at it. You don't need to see what's going on. You can feel it, you can hear it, and you got to be used to not looking at it, because then you're taking away your visibility and your balance every time you do that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead, make a left here, turn signal. I'm gonna go down to second gear. This is how I go back to the garage. I might come back and ride a little bit longer, but I want to get back on the road, get back to the garage and show you that, guys. So got my turn signal on, first gear, got a little bit of gravel here, no one's behind me, no cars are coming. Tell you guys, being on the road is a lot of fun. Roadkill, squirrel, cars, so much going on, but I enjoy it. It's kind of like a little game in your head where you're constantly being alert, you're engaged with the road and with your bike. There's so much fun, in my opinion. But up here to the right is the garage. I'm going about 37, speed limit 35 here. Get my turn signal on, and then you don't have to brake as early as you think. Braking, braking, braking. Shifting to second. But there you have it, guys. Turn my turn signal off. We're back. I might take the bike out and ride, but I'm ending the video here. My garage is right there. One of those mini garages, so I keep the bike here. Whenever I want to ride, I come over and ride. But thank you all for watching, guys. Be safe out there. Comment below, let me know if you're a new rider, if you don't ride and you want to ride. If you're an experienced rider, give me tips, and just kind of hopefully you appreciate the videos when you were starting off. It'd be nice to see some different stuff like that. But let's go ahead. I'm just gonna stop the bike here and finish it out. But I'll hop into neutral, keep my foot on the back brake, just kind of balance here. But this is my brand new bike, first motorcycle ever. Haven't even filled up with gas yet. We got 83 miles on it. Wearing all my gear, definitely enjoying it. Thank you guys all for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will talk to you guys next time.